This is the ABQ Business Podcast with your host, Jason Rigby. Each week we'll interview visionary business leaders to inspire the creative power and spirit that's in every entrepreneur. Discussing strengths, weaknesses, strategies, systems, and the problems we can all solve together for a new future for local small business.
It is Halloween. I've gone on Instagram and looked at a lot of your guys' costumes. Hope you guys are having a ton of fun. Super excited. Halloween's always fun. You know, it's just fun. I mean, you can eat the chocolate that you're not supposed to be eating, and you see the kids in all the costumes, and everybody just dresses up, and I just love it. I think it's a great time of the year, especially with everything that's been going on with 2020. And we're coming into the elections here really soon. Crazy times. I hope all of you are mentally not fatigued, and I hope that you're living your best life. And this is something I want to talk about that I've been working on for the last 2 years of my life. And I read a blog post today from simplyfiercely.com, and I'll put it in the show notes, the link. And it's about living a minimalist life, and I've been doing that. Give you one example. Had a house, a new house, moved out of that, got out of a relationship with that too, and then moved into some brand new apartments that were being built. I wanted something new and really nice, but small. You're just like, why would you do that, Jason? Well, one, I didn't want to have to think about mowing lawn, cleaning a roof, cleaning gutters, sweeping out a garage, painting this, doing that. I didn't want to have that pressure in my head of always feeling like there's a to-do list with the house. And some of you love that. You love going to Lowe's and Home Depot, and you like doing projects in your home. That's awesome. But for me, I didn't want to be sitting on the couch, reading a book, watching a podcast, watching a movie, whatever it may be, a documentary, and then running this to-do list in my head, or getting up constantly because I needed to clean this or do this because it's just too much space. I'm single, so I'm able to do that. So I was like, why not? Why not downsize? To clean up my brain, to allow it to be creative, to have a very intentional space where everything that I have, there's a reason for it. It's very simple. It's nice, very nice. And I'll post some pictures on Instagram, but it's very practical. I have 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. So one bathroom I don't really even use or need, but one of the rooms is the studio. And I have studio equipment, blue screen, lights, soundboards, all of it. Big computers, stuff like that. And then the other one's just my bedroom. And then I have a really nice kitchen, a dining area, and then a living room. And that's all I need. I don't need anything. And I'm happy to come home and I feel relaxed. The only thing I don't have to focus on any maintenance. The only thing I have to focus on is making sure that my home is clean. One of the things that I did, and I encourage you, and it's not that expensive at all. Every 2 weeks, I have somebody come and clean my house. And you're like, oh, no, it's important. Because for me, being able to walk into my home and have it smell clean, I don't want to take the time to, be cleaning, blinds and ceiling fans and the little boards that get dust on them. I don't want to mess with any of that. I want it to be clean. I want everything to have its place and be clean. And I'm not OCD. I'll leave, a couple dishes in the sink, stuff like that. But I don't have a lot of dishes. I don't need a lot. I have coffee cups. I have 6 of them. And each and every one of them means something to me. They're specific. So when I get up Sunday morning, especially, and I make my coffee, I don't need a Keurig, a coffee maker, and a French press. The best way for me to make coffee, where it tastes the best for me, is French press. So that's the only way I'm going to make coffee. I don't need all these machines and gadgets. So I'm going to get one of my favorite coffee mugs down. Usually I get them when I go on a trip, and I take that coffee and I remember, and then I'm intentional in the way that I make coffee. And I've shared with that my mushroom mix and all that stuff that I do for making my coffee. It just is amazing. You'll have to watch that. I have a video on YouTube about that, on how I make my coffee, and I throw different mushroom mix, and it's very inexpensive to do. And it's just a process that I love, and it's very simple. So how to live a minimalist life. And what does that look like? I know many of us are too busy. Our lives are too cluttered and we're feeling overwhelmed. But I think that there's a way to take back your schedule, to take back the way that you spend money, to take back your home, and ultimately to take back your life. And how you take that back is this ability to be able to give yourself enough space to grow, to love, and to breathe. And I remember in the Marine Corps, we used to call it humping. Some people call it rucking, hiking, whatever you want. But we'd have to wear the 70-pound backpack. And you go 10, 15, 20 miles. And then you would take that thing off. And your shoulders felt amazing. You were just alive. You could just walk. And it just felt so easy to walk because all that weight was taken off. And I think in our lives, especially in this challenging year or this season of life that we're in right now, being able to take the weight off, to be free, to focus on things that truly matter, to make space for that. And I think this is why the minimalist lifestyle keeps growing. And there's podcasts on it, and there's tons of articles, and there's books, and I've listened to them all. Like I said, I've been practicing this for 2 years and continue to try to live in this manner of simplicity. So what does it mean to live a minimalist life? Well, for me, it's just simplifying. It's simplifying things. It's anything that I feel pressure that I have to accomplish or have to do out of fear, guilt, or worry. I want to eliminate those things. I want to declutter my life, not just my closet, my whole life. So how can you do that? Well, I think number one, you need to make space in your budget. If you own less things, you're going to save money, which means you could retire early. If you own less things, you can make space for traveling more. If you want to travel, if you'd love to do that. One of the things that's helped me more than anything is becoming totally debt-free. I do not have a car payment. I do not have a house payment. I do not have credit card payments. I have a business credit card, a personal credit card, and I pay that off every month. So the bills that I have, it literally takes me like 10 minutes to pay my bills, my electric, my cable. Not cable. I don't have cable. My Wi-Fi, my electric, my 2 credit cards, and my rent to my apartment. So very, very simple, very easy to do. I've simplified that. So what has happened, because I don't have a ton of stuff, because I'm not in a lot of debt, I'm able to take a percentage of my money every month and save it. I enjoy buying stocks. I buy Bitcoin, and I'll do a whole thing on decentralization and Bitcoin and all that. And I did do a podcast on it with Alex McCaig. We talked about what decentralization means and what's going to be happening in the future in that. I believe Bitcoin's going to be the next standard for gold. We're already seeing countries that are going in that direction, that are looking at using Bitcoin. It's just going to be the way of the future, in my opinion. It's already at 14,000. So space in your budget. Owning less saves money. Allowing yourself to be debt-free. Retiring early. And then number 2 is space on your calendar. How can you declutter your schedule? How can you reclaim your time so that you're not reacting to everything and there's not enough time? There's plenty of time. You can have a scarcity mentality on time, or you can have an abundance mentality on time. I always tell myself, I have plenty of time to do everything that I need to accomplish to create value and to do the things that I need to do for the life that I want to live. That's an affirmation. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time. I want to do more of the things that matter. So I have to eliminate the things that don't matter. I have to eliminate anything that doesn't require me to bring my best self to it. If I'm doing something just because I'm reacting, if I'm going to a meeting and I don't feel like being in the meeting, I'm not going to be in the meeting. It's just, I want freedom. And some of you want that. Maybe you take a little bit less of a salary so you can work less and have more freedom, whatever that means to you. But freedom is ultimately important to me, and being able to do the things that I want to do, that I love. That's space on your calendar. Number 3 is space in your home. A decluttered home is amazing to live in. It doesn't drain your energy when you walk in the door. You feel excited to come home, and it feels actually not just like a house, but it feels like a home. And you can teach your kids these things. Kids love it. It helps their brain. It'll help your husband's brain. It'll help your wife's brain, your partner's brain. When you get this idea of starting to declutter your home, it's joyous. It just has this joy that comes about. And I'll talk a little bit more about joy. So space in your budget, space on your calendar, space in your home, and then space in your mind. With less stress and fewer responsibility, you get this quiet mind that begins to happen. Your mind actually can take the time to be creative. You will think thoughts that will project you forward, will let you take that big leap in your life, will create abundance. And freedom is important to many of you, and I know that. So anything that you have that makes you feel suffocated is the opposite of what you want. Look at this and say, is this making me feel suffocated? Too much stuff, too much to do, too much stress, too many worries. Those things crush you. It's like like I said, when I was in the Marine Corps, we're in that 70-pound pack. It crushes your soul. I want to breathe without the external weight of the world around me. I don't want that on my shoulders. I don't want to take external weight. I want to deal with the weight that I have and the things that I need to work on internally, not take this all from everyone else. So I want to get into how we can reconnect with our authentic self, how we can live this life. So 7 ways we can live it. Number 1, define your priorities. Align yourself with what matters most. Start defining what matters most to you. You need to define it, write it down. The world we live in, social media, everything that's going on is just noise. It's static noise. Expectations, friends, family, the things we watch on TV, even the stories we tell ourselves. We need to be able to have a way where we can turn that all off. We need to learn to be able to navigate in this riptide, in this ocean that's around us. And the way that we do that is begin clarifying what matters and then beginning increasing our focus specifically on that. You need to tune out everything that's external, let go of those things that aren't important to you and that create value, and move in the direction of the right path. So, number 1, define your priorities. Number 2, let go of external expectations. Much of the clutter in our lives comes from expectations of people's standards. We always worried what other people think about. Well, I should probably do this. I should work an extra 2 hours at work because my boss, I want him to see that I worked really late. Are you being productive, or are you just doing that for your boss? Well, I'm going to buy these clothes and have this designer purse and, have this brand new car that has a certain emblem on it. So when I pull up, people will think that I'm this. You're living for other people's standards. It's not real. It's not authentic. Now, if you absolutely love cars and it's been your dream to have this specific car and it gives you joy and happiness, then own the car. But if you're just doing it so that you look good, then you're falling into this external expectation trap. When we let go of expectations and stop comparing ourselves to others, there's this like weight that lifts off, and then the hole that's in our lives that we've been desperately trying to fill in, because it's an unlimited hole. It's a trap. You can try to put as much stuff in there as you want, but you'll never fill it up. The need for more gives way to gratitude. And that's one of the, love and gratitude are the highest vibrations. So that minute that you begin to say, I don't need anything else. I am complete. I am happy. I am full. I am working in the direction of who I can be and what I know that I can be. I'm creating value to others. I'm serving others. That creates gratitude. Instead of I need to work because I need to pay this and I need to do this and I need this and more. Number 3, declutter your home. Anything that doesn't serve you will make you feel uncomfortable. If you think that having more stuff around your house and having this extra furniture pieces and having, boxes. I've seen people have boxes and exercise equipment in their bedroom and stuff hanging all over it. You are not getting good sleep because of that. If you will clean your room out, your bedroom, just clean it out, clean it really good. Make sure your sheets smell amazing. Make sure you can buy new pillows. The other day they had 2 pillows for like $12 at Costco. You can get new sheets for like $20. New comforters. You can go to Ross or all those places and you can get paintings and stuff like that. Literally for like $150, $200, you can make your bedroom look amazing and inviting. Put the phone charger in another room. Your bedroom is for sleeping. If you will make that commitment to do that, you can have a book in there or something like that that'll make you fall asleep every time. I have a Kindle that doesn't go on the internet. All I can do is I can just read books on it. And in usually like 10 minutes, I'm out. And my sleep has been amazing. I don't have any clutter at all in my bedroom. What are these details that you can work on to declutter? What are you struggling to let go? What stage of the journey are you in right now where you want to hold on to the things of the past? You have to think of these things. Number 4, take back your time. One of the beautiful things about minimalism is you begin to develop this skill, and it begins to come in all areas of your life. So your to-do list becomes cleaner, clear. You become more focused. Your schedule begins to open up, and you begin to focus on you first and begin to imagine, why am I not consistently working out? Because I put working out because I need to have these expectations of others to do this, and I just get too busy and now I'm too tired. So I'll just have some wine. I'll just drink a beer. I'm going to watch Netflix for an hour and go to sleep because I'm too tired. All of these things began to go away, and you begin to see this clearness. It's like this, jungle that you're hacking with the machete through all these vines. And then you open up into this amazing clearing and you can see these mountains and this beautiful river. And you're just, that's how you feel. I want you to start looking critically at your commitments and responsibilities and ask hard questions. The things that I'm doing with my time, am I acting in a way that they align with my priorities, my personal priorities, and my personal values? Or am I taking unnecessary jobs because you have multiple jobs? If you're a mom, that's a job. If you're a husband, that's a job. If a wife, that's a job. If you're committed to these, friends, those are each jobs. And I'm saying just trading time. And if you're doing these unnecessary jobs out of guilt, obligation, or fear, then why are you doing that? Take 100% responsibility and say, I am self-imposing all of this garbage on me. I am creating this heavy feeling, this burden in me. But you can declutter your schedule. Be less busy. Take back your time. It will allow you to be more creative. You'll focus and you'll actually be able to do more. Because 80% of the stuff that we do, we've learned this from Richard Koch, the 80-20 principle. And if you haven't got any of his books, I encourage you to do it. Richard, I think it's Koch or Koch. You can just type in 80-20 and you can get them. You can get them like $3.99 free shipping, $4.99 for his books because it came out in like the 80-90, the 80-20 principle. It's absolutely amazing. It will help you take back your time. Number 5, stop mindless spending. You can't declutter your life without addressing your shopping habits. And this one hits me more personally. I have this issue. I'm going to tell you guys, I love online shopping. I hate going to stores. I rarely go to stores. I'll go to Costco. Sometimes I'll go to a grocery store, very rarely. I try to get everything at Costco. And I eat the same things over and over again in meal prep, so it makes it easy because I can buy it in bulk. But other than that, I online shop. Amazon is my nemesis. The sneaker app from Nike and Adidas and all of these different apps where I'm buying too many pairs of shoes. I'm getting bored. I'm listening to a podcast. The next thing you know, I'm on an app and then I'm buying something silly. And this is something I've been trying to work on is why am I shopping? Why? Am I being mindful in the situation that I'm in right now? Am I buffering some complicated feeling that I have, and I'm trying to use it shopping as a Band-Aid? Is there grief or self-doubt in my life? See how it makes you become more self-aware? Number 6, embrace intentional living. Declutterness is often a byproduct of passive living. Like I said, it's being reactive to everything. We make choices about what to buy, what we own, what we do. And a lot of times we act out of this reactive habit, and then our intent becomes muddled for who we even are. And then we just live on autopilot without even realize that we've given up control of our whole life. I want you to think about this. I want you to pause and think about this. The way that you're living is causing you to give up control of the one life that you have. So here's a simple solution and we'll be done. Start by asking why. Why are you working late? Why am I in Target right now? Why am I staying up late watching Netflix and eating bad food and I'm not getting 8 hours of sleep? Why am I keeping this sweater or these pair of shoes? And don't pass judgment on it, because a lot of times the reason we pass judgment is because we're trying to chase perfectionism. We're trying to be perfect in everything we do. And so we just hold ourselves to this high standard and we're just critical. Our ego will do this. It's this person, this ego is just looking down on us, just criticizing constantly. And you need to do more. You need to do more. You're not good enough. You got to do this. And so we live a life of that way instead of creating awareness and understanding. And it opens our eyes and simplifies us to deal with the things that are in the past. And that leads me to the last one, practice self-compassion. This is the most overlooked element of a minimalist life, is self-compassion. When you begin to acknowledge the mistakes that you made, when you begin to set the stage to invite things in your life that belong, when you begin to start letting things go and practicing humility, that's what humility is. It's the ability to not have our ego, to let it go, to freely let it go. I don't need this piece of furniture anymore. It served me in the past, but I don't need it now. There's no emotion towards it. It's in the way. It's just been sitting in the garage for 5 years. I don't need it. I'm letting it go. It is so freeing to let things go. Just think about it. What are some of the things in your life that you could just declutter right now and take to Goodwill or someplace like that? Just go into your closet right now and say, I really don't need these clothes. And things that you haven't worn the last month or two, things that you have not worn the last month or two. Maybe you have summer clothes, spring, summers, put those in Rubbermaids. Get them out of your closet. Just have the clothes that you're going to wear for the fall and winter right now. That alone will allow you, because that's what you're going to wear. You're not going to wear that unless you wear t-shirts during the wintertime, but you're not going to wear that t-shirt. You're going to wear all these sweaters. It's messy. I get it. But the guilt, shame, regret, and self-doubt is going to happen unless you choose to gain your life back. And I'm telling you, this minimalist lifestyle is a path worth taking. Have grace, have self-compassion, live the life that you want to live, take it back, and enjoy your freedom.
Thank you for joining us on the Albuquerque Business Podcast. And thanks to our sponsor, RigbyDigital.com. Make sure to subscribe and share, and go to ABQPodcast.com. Get show notes, resources, and links to everything we talked about today to help you navigate your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner.